Hello, everyone. It's Chad Pavel here, and today I want to talk about our updated webpage for the latest insights on COVID-19 resources. So what we're going to talk about very quickly is PPP forgiveness and other SBA loans, some very quick new legislation, and obviously how to get some more help to keep your business going during this time. So the first things first is the PPP loan. So right now, the big question on everyone's mind is forgiveness. How do I get this $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 loan forgiven? How do I stay out of the trouble with the SBA? How do I need to pay my staff? Who do I need to pay? And how much do I need to pay them? So basically, there's 8 steps to get the loan forgiven. You need to make a plan to maximize the amount you want to be able to pay to get forgiven. You want to determine the eligible costs incurred and paid during the next 8 weeks, which needs to be primarily salaries and some rent. You then want to calculate the employee floor for forgiveness. So basically, what's the minimum number of employees and the minimum amount of pay that I need to spend to maximize the forgiveness of the loan? Any percentage decrease in FTEs during the next 8 weeks. So if you had dropped, let's say you had 10 employees and you had to drop down to 2 before and after COVID and before and after the loan, you then need to get your FTE, your full-time equivalent headcount, up back to that 10 or close to that 10 in order to maximize your loan forgiveness. So if you took the money, you need to re-employ people. You also need to keep your payroll up to 75% of what it was prior to COVID. You can only reduce your payroll by 25% in order to still get the maximum forgiveness on your loan. Also consider changes for employees. You need to basically rehire people or other employees to take their place by June 30th if you did reduce headcount. I know this might be tough for a lot of people who had seasonal employees or who had employees who simply made more money by taking unemployment or who had sick family members they had to go and be with. That's all fine. You just need to make a plan to replace those people to maximize your loan forgiveness. There's also a big final application package that we'll get to in a second that you need to submit to the bank in order to maximize your loan forgiveness, and documentation. And they're going to have some other questions, both from lenders and from the SBA itself. I won't go through all of these, but these are the payroll costs that are included. So I recommend you just pause the video and take a look at these. But basically, salaries, wages are going to be all included, gross wages, included in the amount of forgiveness, meaning you need to spend this money to get the loan forgiven. Here are the payroll costs that are also excluded, meaning your employer portion of payroll taxes are not included and not forgivable. There's also compensation of any employee above 100. If you're paying someone $200,000, you will not get all of that salary forgiven. You only get $100,000 of it forgiven on a monthly basis. There's some other items in here as well. So pause the video and just take a look. Next, what's required to actually get the loan forgiven? Right now, we're erring on the side of caution. Here's the 11-page application. It's very likely that this will change between now and the end of the month. Apparently, some of these terms may change until it's made a bill. We can't confirm. But as of right now, complete payroll statements. You'll need your Form 941 payroll tax return. You'll need unemployment statements if anybody is on unemployment and couldn't come back. You've got state and local tax, mortgage statements if you're using a portion of the PPP loan for mortgage interest or for rent. Same with debt service. Same with your landlord if you're paying rent. You'll need a couple more signatures. There are retirement contributions. So we'll need your third-party statements if you're making matching contributions to 401k or other retirement plans. If you're paying utilities, you'll need those bills and receipts. Health insurance documentation, we'll need bank statements, and also need to look at your tax return if you're self-employed. So there's a number of documents in addition to the 11-page application that you will have to submit to get the loan forgiven. We've created a calculator, a very detailed, about 10 or so tab Excel sheet that will track your forgiveness. So the earlier you get on this, the better. This will track it week by week. And hopefully we catch it before around week 4 or 5 if you've already gotten the loan a month ago, because it will be easier to fix the expenditure problems between now and the end of 8 weeks if we catch them earlier. So this is all included in what we're doing for clients. It's actually 11-page application. As you can see, you need to complete all of this. So what else? Let me go back to the page here. Here are a few other resources on our COVID-19 resource page. You've got a quick link here to the SBA loan PowerPoint, which basically walks through the PPP dollars allocated, number of lenders, and number of actual loans that have been dispersed, if you're interested. Here's the application link again. We'll get to this in 1 second, which is the SBA disaster loan. Here's some more videos from me, and here's where you can book a call at any of these links if you need some more help. So some big questions right now: PPP forgiveness and SBA EIDL or EIDL loans. So whether you are a current client or not, it's totally fine. We're here to help you. Again, book a call if you need some help. First question, PPP loans, is there any money left? Yes. A lot of big banks, though, large and small, have actually closed off all new PPP loan applications. If you've already gotten yours in, it should have been processed by now. They're typically now processing those within a couple of days, even though it took them as long as a month to initially process. If your bank isn't taking any more applications, we recommend you look at one of these three below. PayPal appears to still be processing, same with Lendio and Cabbage. We're not entirely sure if they're processing new apps as of today, the 27th, but if you haven't gotten PPP and you're still interested, either give us a call, we can help you out, or you apply directly here at PayPal or Lendio or Cabbage. So if you've already gotten a loan, how do you get it forgiven? Well, we already walked through really the criteria and what you need to submit. So the application, again, 11 pages. Here's the link. You can take a look. Take a look. If you need some help, we're happy to help you with the forecast, with the compliance and the application. And finally, these SBA, these EIDL loans, these are actually 7B loans. I'll fix that. Can you still get a $10,000 advance and the $2 million SBA EIDL loan? Yes and no. Basically, if you submitted your application prior to around May 13th, you should still have your application in process. Now, they've dropped the maximum loan amount down from $2 million to $150,000, and apparently they're still offering the grant or advance of $1,000 per employee. So if you're a sole proprietor, you'll get $1,000. If you have a few employees, you'll get $1,000 plus your employees, and you'll get up to $10,000 if you've already applied. Next, they're apparently only considering agricultural businesses at this point instead of any and all businesses. You can still apply. We just recommend you call the SBA immediately and see if they're even going to consider a non-agricultural business. Also, that said, we've helped a bunch of companies apply over the last couple of weeks, from March all the way up to beginning of May for this loan. We've got several clients who got funded $150,000 in the last couple of weeks. So it ranges from a construction company to entertainment companies to even an outdoor sports company. So it really apparently doesn't matter what type of business you are. You can still be considered for the $150,000. And that's a term loan. It's not forgivable, but it's a term loan paid over 30 years at 3.75% interest, first payment due in 12 months. So if you're okay taking on debt and you've already applied, just hang tight. You'll probably get an email in the next couple of days or a couple of weeks indicating your loan has been processed, your application, or it's been accepted or declined and they have some questions. If you haven't heard anything yet, call this number 877-641-8202. Have your application ID ready, the same application on the confirmation page when you applied back a couple of weeks ago, and ask them about your loan status. You should be able to clear any discrepancies. What we've also found is if you simply call and ask, for some reason, you tend to get an answer within a week. So I recommend you call that number if you've already applied for the SBA EIDL, and which includes the $10,000 loan advance. So at this point, what can we do to help you? Really, there's a couple ways. A lot of our clients now are shifting their focus to forgiveness consulting. We got to make a game plan so that you can spend the funds correctly, stay compliant with the SBA, and prepare your forgiveness application to send to the bank to maximize the amount of loan forgiveness that they will write off. We work with you over the next 8 weeks. We charge a fixed fee based on the loan amount and number of employees. Cash flow forecasting. A lot of clients now are asking for some help with maintaining their cash flow weekly forecast. So this is something that we can either prepare for you and you can maintain it yourself. We can train you on how to do it. Or if you'd like us to maintain it for you, we will meet with you every 1 to 2 weeks, update the forecast, talk about a strategy, and help to make adjustments to your expenditures or even arrange other financing if needed. Other engagements people are calling about: accounting cleanup, QuickBooks. And if you're behind 6 to 12 months, you realize for both tax time and for application processes, you need to clean up your books. We're happy to help you. And taxes are due July 15th for most businesses and individuals, which is, as of today, it's about 6 weeks away. So if you need help, get on those soon, and we can prepare your taxes and make a game plan to save in 2020. There are a number of tax incentives as well, whether you applied for federal funding or not. We're happy to help you walk through those and see if you apply for any credits, deductions, or additional incentives. Otherwise, we also recommend try to speak with your customers and vendors more than you have been in the past. Make sure you have good communication. That will all impact your cash flow. And obviously, your happy staff will be able to help you maintain your business during this downtime as well. So that's all I have for today's update on the 27th. We'll shoot another update through in the next week or so as we learn more about forgiveness and as we get more updates from the SBA. As always, click the link to book a call or give me a call, and we'll walk through whatever you need. Talk to you soon.